Well, hello everyone, Mr. E here, and I'm actually going to turn down the game volume really quickly because I'm probably going to need to shoot some enemies, but that's okay. What are you looking at? What is this? Well, this is a very cool mod made by a creator named Craven, and so all credit goes to him for this mod, and it is going to showcase us some very interesting things about Darktide today, and that's our goal, is to learn about Darktide and its systems. That way, when it's attempting to fuck us, we can fuck it right back. And the other thing I need to say about this is that I would not have seen this and known about this mod at all if not for a friend of the channel, Ballhole, who made his video on it. I'll link it in the description. If you want to get this mod, which you have no idea what it does yet, but maybe you want to get it just because it's got pretty colors right now, go to the description of my video, then go to his video through there, and then go to the description of his video. He's got the links. So I want to send you over there, and you should subscribe to him and like his video and stuff while you're over there, right? But let's go ahead and dive right into what we're talking about today, which is the respawn system. Now, respawning in Darktide is pretty finicky, and I'm certain we've all been in the position where you've died and then respawned and been hogtied somewhere and been like, what the fuck? I'm going to be sitting out for like 10 minutes. Wait, what the hell is this respawn? Well, what the hell that respawn is determined by this system that we're looking at right here. And if you can learn this, you can abuse the system to get your allies, or perhaps even yourself, to respawn much closer. So if you have been, for instance, playing with myself, Mr. E on Mr. E Tide, twitch.tv/Mr. E Tide, Fridays, Saturdays, and Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time-ish, then you have probably seen me being a gray screen coach and being like, shit, back up, guys, back up, I just fucking died. The reason I'm saying that is because if you can back up in time, you can get an earlier respawn, and that means your team doesn't have to go as far to get you up. Now, let's look at this map, by the way. This is Magistrati Oubliette. This map, if you don't know what it is, by the way, that's this map. You are probably very familiar with what this map is now that you're looking at this, right? So this map has a respawn point right the fuck here. This is almost immediately after you start the level. How come, like many players, myself included until recently, have almost never seen anyone respawn here? Why is this respawn point even there? Well, as for why it's there, I think it's to prevent players who get trapped in this immediate drop down tunnel from, like, you know, just getting overwhelmed and not being able to get out of this immediate starting area. Because if you lose a player back there, you're probably going to be really fucked trying to get through this area. But the other reason players don't respawn there is because this is the most dangerous area of the map, or this early part of the map, or is right here. This is where enemies start to show up and kill teams. And so when players die, the natural instinct of many teams is to retreat a little bit so that they can kind of regroup and lick their wounds, but they retreat to about here, or perhaps here, right? And this will make them respawn, not there, but instead way down here. So many of you have probably seen this respawn point instead. Why is this not triggering? Well, it turns out that this beacon is only active when you are very, very far back. In fact, as far back as that little green orb right there. And we can check our progress on the level by doing this little beacon debug, which will show us that our active beacon, our respawn beacon, is number 2. This is beacon number 1. And you can see there on the list, the max progress that we can have is 19.4. Now, what is this progress thing about? That is what this teal line is. This is called the main path. And this is something I'm going to come back to in a future video to talk about enemy spawning behavior, because the main path is how the enemy, the AI or director, not the actual like enemies in the game, but the actual enemy that we're fighting, which is the director of the AI, determines, oh yeah, they've walked this far in the main path, it's time to spawn like a dog or a burster or a pack of enemies to come and attack, like a horde. And if you progress this main path too far, the game will say, oh, well, they're far enough ahead, kick their respawn point to the next one. Now, you saw right there that the respawn that you had to, or the point you had to be in the path was like 19 point something, very, very far back. And in fact, it's this green orb right here. So if you want to get this respawn point right there, you need to be back here. And that will cause your dead allies to respawn right here. But wait, what if you're playing with a team and one player dies and you fall back, but you've got another player in your team who's, you know, just kind of doing their own thing, and they're caught up in a fight up there somewhere and just fighting to their heart's content. And no matter how much you're like, dude, fall back, fall back, fall back, they're not doing it. Well, guess what? That single player being over there has fucked your teammate over and essentially fucked your whole team, because the farthest ahead player dictates the team's main path progress. So if you are the lead player in your pack, if you're the farthest towards the end of the map, basically, you are the one who is determining where that respawn point is. So everybody on the team needs to be back here. So that is where I hand it to you, Mr. E Acolytes, is you need to get out there in games and use the, ping in games. Be like, guys, back here, go here, go here, get everyone back together. Because a lot of times when I'm doing this in games, I see players who very visibly don't understand what I'm doing. When I'm calling fall back so we can get the respawn, they don't move at all. They don't understand the urgency. But once you understand this system and you understand the urgency, you will see the difference in players. Because once a player dies, they have about 25 seconds before they respawn. And if you can get every player in your team back here, then they'll respawn right there, which makes a huge difference as compared to being, just 10 feet farther forward and way the heck up there. So your first priority when someone dies in your team is to get back to the respawn point that is the most favorable for you. And oftentimes, like on maps, this isn't all that punishing. Like right here, if you're right here and you die, it's just over there. It's not that bad unless you're playing like a really, really high difficulty, like Havoc 40 or something. Then you'll definitely want to try to make this fallback. But let's take, for example, what if you died in this area right here and your team is running up? They know the respawn point is right there. They've seen it before. They're running up and they happen to be right here when the respawn happens because they're getting overeager. They're trying to get up here. They get distracted by some enemies. Well, guess what? You're not respawning here anymore. You are respawning here. You're fucked. There's no way, because this is a much, much harder stretch of territory to fight through than just that little bit was. So when a player is dead and respawning, not only should you be playing back as far as possible in order to hopefully get them to respawn early, but you should definitely just wait. Just hold your horses until they respawn, because you never know when progressing forward, if you don't have this mod on, you can't see these things, might just trigger a change of spawn location. And you also never know when you might be triggering a boss, because this is another thing this mod can do, is it can show us, oh, I'm going the wrong direction. It doesn't show me which way it is to the end of the map. You can trigger a boss. Now this is just what the game is calling a witch, but it's a demon host, right? But if we go over here, I can speed up. We can see that there's a whole host of bosses that spawn in an area like this. So you've probably been in this hallway and been ambushed. I'm getting killed. Been ambushed by bosses before, and that is because that hallway has a boss trigger halfway down it. So when you're waiting for a respawn, it's better just to stay still and not progress too much, because you never know when you're going to trigger a boss or a horde. Like I just currently did, I triggered that horde by running forward and making progress in the map. If I just stand still back there at the beginning of the map, I can stand there for hours and nothing will spawn, because the game doesn't have any currency basically to spawn enemies with. But I mean, oh shit. Well, that's about all I needed to show you guys. I actually do want to show you one more thing in this video, which I think is pretty damn cool, and you'll definitely want to stick around for it. And it's not the fact that I can teleport. Oh, it's this. Check this shit out, guys. Hold on. This is what you subscribe to Mr. E for. By the way, if you're not yet subscribed, subscribe, because you're about to be fucking mind blown. Check this out. You can go underneath that, then you can hop up here. You can go over here. You can jump up here. You can kill that fucking guy and that fucking guy. Then you can jump on this pipe. Then you can run over here and jump on this pipe. And you can run all the way over here. There's a bunch of stuff you can do up here. You can go all the way over here. You can go underneath this. You can get yourself locked out of the fucking map. And you can go over here and you can kill yourself. How epic is that? Anyway, guys, thanks for watching the video. I'll see you again real soon. And also, there's Bernie for you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Love you guys. Bye.